Good evening, dear friends. Today, early in the morning, I received a call from Houston. An industrialist friend of mine now living in Houston, actually he is from Karachi, and he is a jolly fellow. He has raised some important questions, uh, regarding political system of Pakistan. He was comparing it with United States of America, especially the welfare aspect of the system. And why he has left Karachi, he is an industrialist and is a personal friend of our able president, Manmohan Hussain. But he says that what they had done to him in Karachi, he was having no other option but to leave all his 100 laborers working in his industry and everything, his home behind, and to go out there to USA along with his family. As I have explained earlier, that until and unless we are having a genuine political organization in power, our political leadership having that hereditary political institutions, uh, they will be really in a difficult situation as they are right now. Genuine political organization means a political party having democracy in it, having elected chairman, having membership, having its own funds, so and internal elections while deciding candidacy and all that. So, being I by myself when I was a student, I was registered by BB. Sometimes I say that BB was probably heading towards having democracy, full-fledged democracy within his own political party, NPPP. So, as I have mentioned earlier, that I'm second or third one who had felt that form of People's Youth Organization. Until today, I am awaiting that democratic reforms within the PPP. And the day they did it, I mean, they will be out from the crisis, from leadership crisis especially. Because once there is a healthy competition within the party, the talent comes up, the country is being well served because the talent is there. Now, if you, with the hereditary political institutions, if you try to gain the power, everybody is at a high alert, especially in bureaucracy. We all know in army, we all know what our constitution says. And we cannot be fooled. I mean, the public can be, even public cannot be. Majority of the people, they abstain from voting most of the times. The turnout is decreasing with each election, which is being held while having hereditary political institutions contesting in it. People are losing interest in democracy, in a type of democracy which we are having. And of course, we are a lively and vibrant nation, and we believe in evolution and all that. So, uh, uh, we always strive to improve the situation. Being a journalist, I do write about it. And even during discussions, though it's a very big risk to talk about democracy within the political parties, the hereditary political institutions are so strong that if a state takes action against their uh, high-handedness, they so if there is a state response to the high-handedness of hereditary political institutions and their leaders, they say that a constitution has been abrogated, and Article 6 shall be applied upon a general who has tried to save his life, the lives of the people. Uh, that is something uh, should have been explained by the judiciary. Uh, but anyhow, we graduates of Qaid-e-Azam University, they call us intellectual commandos. So we can do the things which our country needs. So even violation of oath of office is tantamount to abrogation of constitution. When a prime minister, whosoever the prime minister is, when start witch hunt of of opposition politicians, when start killing his or her opponents, that is a sheer violation of oath, because the constitution says once you are a prime minister, you are prime minister of everybody. You are not supposed to throw anybody out from job. You have to work for the welfare of the people of Pakistan, and you are not supposed to discriminate. Once the election is over, you are the prime minister. If you are being elected, now you are the prime minister of the whole country, and you have to implement the fundamental right clauses. So our innocent people, hereditary heads of political institutions, they say no, if they are doing all violations, they are still elected by the people. And if bureaucracy and army has tried to stop them from doing all this, upon the request from the people, mostly, they have abrogated the constitution. Though always the constitution has been finally restored. Whenever the military coup was there, I do not support coups. I know I came up with the theory regarding the whole issue that our national security interest is better served if we are having first-rate democracy. And I'm going to make more additions in it, and I did that before too, that if we are having genuinely democratic political parties, if our political parties are having democracy within their own setup, then our national security interest has been better served. And we Pakistanis, we are fast learners. It is not only me or a few university fellows of mine. We, the Qaid-e-Azam University guys, we are pampered. We are told, because we go through a rigorous process of merit. We are being selected through written tests, through interviews, and then finally, when we are selected, we are being told that you are the cream of this country, and you have to take care of this country too, uh, without any fear or favor. And we do that. So, coming back toward Akhil's question from Houston, that democracy within political parties here, where I do stress for this, and I think that will be there, and that's why I came up with the whole thesis that it is the martial law. Pakistan has never seen a martial law in its actual sense. It is always a big raid from Pakistan armed forces to stop the usurpers, to stop the constitution violators from doing harm to armed forces, to men, and from doing harm to the public. By killing their opponents, they do not serve the constitution. They do not act in accordance with their constitutional mandate while doing discriminatory practices against opposition. Uh, the external world, they don't know that there were leaders, they are no more alive. They used to say that we want to throw all the opposition into a sea. That dictatorial mindset is here since long. And I do highlight these things just to multiply myself, just to multiply my thinking in these videos, through these videos. Because if the younger ones and even many of them, they are aware of this, all this, and want to improve the lot of our people, and no single person can do that. If there is a democracy within political parties, the talent will come up finally, and we'll be having better people who can be able to serve the country in a better way. So I think that Akil, along with the rest of my country fellows and the viewers and the rest of the world, in 130 countries I do have viewers, and obviously good number of them are from third world, so they can apply those, if I'm logical and rational, they can apply this information in their own countries too, and I'll be happy to see things improving. I by myself, I think in global terms. My blog name is globe.net. I do not discriminate. I'm being trained in a university which is funded by UNICEF and some other UNESCO, sorry, not UNICEF, but UNESCO. Most of the funds, they come to Quaid-e-Azam University from UNESCO. I don't know what is the situation right now, but in our days it was so, and we were the most facilitated students there. For 500 students, we were having more than 1,500 people as staff, and apparently a friend of mine is chairman of international relations at Bahauddin Zikriya University now, Farooq. He often used to say that people, they anyone from external world, when they come and they see the beauty of our campus, they think that we are very lucky people. But when they, if they ever came in our position as a students here, they'll come to know that we are in a pressure cooker, because all the times we are having sectional tests and assignments, written assignments, and then terminal exams, and so we are always busy. As students, we were kept. That was a very tough training through which we were gone through. So that's why we can do too many things at one time, and not only we keep our families happy, but we do take care of our national interest, and then we do our duties. My duties, that one part-time duty has, I mean, that is apparently part-time duty, but for 24 hours we are at a high alert, because news, they can come anytime. You cannot fix a time for it. Anything can happen at any time. And then they call us, whether we are asleep or awake. and then we look into it. And that another job of monitoring officer, that is still in doldrums. That they say that you are off duty and my contract has not been revived till now, and I'm so worried about all that, because without full-time job I cannot pull along. My responsibilities have been increased. I'm getting offers from abroad. One offer is there from Dubai, and three offers are there from United States of America. And I do have family responsibilities here and some responsibilities in the Middle East too. So my preference is Middle East, but here the responsibilities are too important in nature, and I don't want to be termed as irresponsible one who had left his country, has demoralized his friends and his community. By doing this, whatsoever was happened to Akil, if I tell everything which was happening to me here during past 10 years, that is written in blog in my that is sort of memoirs, and I need not repeat the whole thing. But I never left my country. I did my duty. Armed forces, I know that they are superb in all respects. They had taken action against usurpers till Shawal. The whole area is controlled in Pakistan Army, Afghan National Army, and US Army in Afghanistan is coordinating with us with the grace of God. Son of our ex-Prime Minister Sayyid Yusuf Raza Gilani has been recovered from the custody of militants in Afghanistan by both Afghan National Army and US Armed Forces men. They had raided the hideouts of militants there in Paktia province, or probably in Ghazni province of Afghanistan, and he has been handed over. Here it's a big breakthrough in Pak-Afghan relations too, because their leader, both the president and that executive had their PhDs, and our Afghans and people here in KPK, overall in Pakistan, people are suffering from militancy and all that. So in presence of such highly educated people, if Afghanistan still behaves in a odd fashion while having tense relations with Pakistan, then there is no use of that much of education, because we the educated, we claim to resolve every dispute through peaceful manner, and we say we have the ability to win everything on table talks, through table talks. We do not, we believe in ballots, we do not opt for guns and bullets. So it's a good omen, and even to India, which our army and our intelligence sources, they often claim that Indian government, Indian law is behind terrorism here in Pakistan. I will repeat again that once Pakistan surrenders before terrorists, the next turn will be of India. So India shall be, their strategic planners shall realize this. If we go into history, all the invaders towards India, they came through Khyber Pass, which we are guarding right now. So I think that Indian government will also realize that, and there shall be solid steps to improve relations between both countries, because people are suffering too much. Uh, the low living standards, then water scarcity in India is at height in certain areas of India, and obviously, being a humanist, uh, I always personally strive to improve the prospects of peace, not only in my region but in the whole world. 7 billion people, if they can live in peaceful manner, uh, the life will be much better for all of us. I do have some great ideas. I mean, um, I had written all that in Facebook too. When friends they inquire about these things. Uh, I do time management, so I take care of everything. I mean, I never ignored my family, and I do my duties too. And I think about the rest of the world too. I do find time for it. And my idea is that the nutritional aspect of peace, that is something you people will enjoy. And only doctors they will be able to understand. Because while traveling in Far East, I had realized that um, people are not eating that which we Americans and Pakistanis are enjoying. The fruits, especially, and the food stuff. In at Tokyo airport, I realized that some snakes are hanging there and noodles were there. I by myself was unable to eat. While staying there for 4 days in Bangkok, I was unable to eat anything because the fish smell was there all around and they were having nothing else to offer. Though I was living in a five-star hotel and everything was fine, but I don't know. That was 1988. Now probably the situation has been improved there. But my idea is that our food baskets in Indian, in Pakistan and India, in Eastern Punjab is also a food basket of India. Collectively, we can produce vegetables and all other items like fruits all over India and Pakistan to export to the Far East. So they to change the habits, eating habits of Chinese and uh, North Koreans and South Koreans and Japanese and people in Thailand and Philippines, if they can find vegetables, fresh vegetables and fruits on reasonably good rates, uh, they will definitely change their eating habits. And right now, which I mean, I don't want to mention the items which are being eaten there. Even in Europe, in France, we have to change the eating habits. Well, that change for good is good. I mean, whatsoever is also prevailing there. American dishes are now very popular in France, and I think Pakistani stuff will be also gaining a good deal of popularity once it is being introduced there. So they say the good food, good mood. So once the whole world, 7 billion people are in good mood, there will be peace in the world. There will be better ideas to meet the challenges, and there will be trust that suspicions around the globe are gradually diminishing with the advent of this internet. Uh, we people are more near to each other. The 7 billion people are more near to each other than before, and for businesses and for personal contacts, we are all now open to each other. All those among us who can utilize internet, they are in the world now. They are world citizens in a true sense. So, and gradually this technology is becoming more sophisticated, more and more sophisticated. Things will improve further. So the prospects of world peace uh, are more better than ever before, and obviously European leaders and American leaders, especially Secretary of State President Obama, they had taken initiatives, and what we all must consider is the social environment in troubled zones is responsible for present state of affairs there. So we must strive to change that social milieu through peaceful means, and those peaceful means are available with even Russia, with the United States of America. During Cold War, throughout there was a psychological war, that was an economic warfare. We can reverse those ideas. We can change that psychological war into psychological betterment of the people. The same core of KGB and CIA can help to improve thinking, psychological conditions of the people in those areas where the militants are there, and I mean, militants everywhere are few in number. If their social conditions, socio-economic conditions are being changed, if the quality education is being introduced there, if the fun and entertainment becomes, and the games especially, if becomes part of their lives, there will be no more militancy. And at least that manpower supply to the militants will be stopped. Okay, the few cases which cannot be cured, I mean, they can be treated through military means, but rest of the population, the majority of the population, can be handled in a very peaceful manner to improve the prospects of peace in troubled regions of Middle East, especially, in which the whole world is interested, because we have got holy places there in the Middle East. Now, I would like to congratulate my Jewish friends on Independence Day of Israel, with the hope that, in fact, Jews that Israel is having very cordial relations with Turkey. They're all around in Turkey, and in Egypt they are there. And even in Middle East, that problem is not that severe. I think that gradually uh, situation will improve, and we Pakistanis, as I mentioned earlier, that when we were under great stress and there was a Soviet invasion, a full-fledged invasion in Afghanistan, so the weapons were coming from with a stamp of star. I have seen that whole article with evidence in Economist magazine. So actually, a few religious zealots and all those who are uh, earning on these issues while creating hatred, uh, I don't agree with that. I think that to minimize sabotage activity in Pakistan, we must have better relations, because there is with Israel, because there were certain news items regarding Mossad's involvement uh, in Balochistan, and obviously when relations are good, why will they kill our people? And I don't find any solid reason. Once I'm through with the whole data, once the Prime Minister of Israel has assured everybody that all the holy places are open and secure for people of all religions, then there is no need to be very aggressive towards Israel, and even if there is any such problem, that shall be tackled through table talks, and there shall not be that dictatorial way of doing things, of creation of fear, that shall be eliminated, and UN shall take deep interest in that. I, I don't appreciate if Iranians they threat attack on Israel, or Israel carry out an attack on Iran. I don't I don't appreciate all this. There shall be trust building measures, and whosoever is carrying out any program, once there is a peace all around the world, nobody needs any nuclear weapon. But once that prevailing ignorance is there, at least I cannot take a risk of uh, 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 giving a chance to those who are always willing to brutalize my people, either on one pretext or another. I have heard statements from India that they gives us a pain and we will give them a pain. Okay, cite an example that Pakistanis have caused any pain to anyone. They're not logical. They presume everything, and those assumptions are not good. Jealousy. Let me narrate a joke here. That an elderly goldsmith, no, sorry, ironsmith. I was too young at that time, around about 5, 6 years old. After the 65 war, I was invited somewhere, and that goldsmith, that ironsmith was good in making pistols, and especially those toy pistols which we used to, uh, as children, we used to have for playing. And so I asked that ironsmith, that uncle, why they invade us? Those Indians, why they invade us? And he was a simple ironsmith, and he has said, son, you live in big house, and you and your friends, not only you and your friends, your whole region, you eat lambs, that beef, mutton, and fresh vegetables, and fruits of all sorts. And your Indian neighbors, they are not having all this stuff with them. And they are not, even if they have, their priests, they say that no, only vegetarian stuff, or Hindu shall eat that. I don't want to offend anybody. All friends, Hindu friends are still my friends. I'm just narrating the joke. That is a joke for us, but that guy was serious. That ironsmith was serious. So he said, their priests, even they prevent them, and they tell them to remain vegetarians. So once they become very hungry, they attack your country. I need one example from those guys who are coming on Indian media channels and are saying that Pakistanis, they had caused us pain. One example is required. They just assume they are 10 times bigger than us, but we know how to defend ourselves. Besides this, these assumptions are here in our society too, and they're very dangerous assumptions. I have asked someone that why our ex-president Asif Ali Zardari was jailed for such a long period of time. And nothing was proved against him, and finally he was released and was made president of Pakistan. That guy has told me that we had rendered advanced punishment to him because we knew that finally he will become president of this country, and he will do too many bad things to the people. So that state of mind is also very dangerous here. And that guy who had responded to me, he is a highly educated person. This type of thinking is very cruel here. They call it in Urdu Kyawa Shanazi. I don't have that exact term which can, but well, you can say that there are people who claim that they can predict the future course of action of a specific individual. They come and they sit near to a person, and then they tell their leaders that we predict that this person will overthrow you, or this person will do some harm to you, and then those leaders, as a preventive measure, they become cruel to such person. Nobody can predict anything about anyone, and especially in Pakistan, I had made observations. I do observe most of the times. We Pakistanis, not only me, who is in habit of taking well-informed decisions, because mostly my decisions are being implemented in home and elsewhere. Whenever I'm being asked to do, and I do research, I do get proper information. It is not like this that maybe Sayyids or people of my upper caste, they might be having some spiritual powers, but my spiritual guide is one another man. His name is Professor Sayyid Rifat Hussain. He is now in the United States of America. He had taught us that course of research methodology. We are skeptics. We doubt everything, and we do into depths to explore the truth. We're trained in this way. Our minds are trained in this way. So that spiritual, I do respect the elders who are having those positions as spiritual leaders and all that. But I by myself, I do apply my knowledge. Well-informed decisions can help the families, can help the country, can help the world. And one has to be knowledgeable, educated, skillful to make well-informed decisions. And it is really risky to converse with ordinary people, not only with ordinary people, but those who are having power and influence, but not that much knowledge. And if you challenge their opinion and you put your own well-informed opinion before them, they can be annoyed, and mostly they consider such people as their opponents. It's really very risky in a third world country to express your well-informed opinion. But anyhow, we do it as our duty towards humanity as journalists. And I think that people, those who are suffering, of because of tense relations between India and Pakistan, they shall also make well-informed decisions while casting their votes. In general elections, though they do have hereditary parties and nothing will change. I mean, as long as there is no democracy within political parties, no positive change can come, because that traditional thinking of establishment and that because too many people are winning economic gains through wars between both countries and through prevailing tensions through arms race. They do have kickbacks and arms deals and all that. Besides their power and influence uh, and their justification of their rule, that either the Indians say that India is in danger, here they say Pakistan is in danger, Islam is in danger. So people, they forget about the welfare aspect of the state, their rights, everything, and become willing to sacrifice even their own belongings when the leadership tries to befool them, and they often do that because you cannot expect. They don't have any accountability within the political party. Even if a hereditary political leader is wrong morally, even if is guilty uh, legally, his party has no right to remove him from the leadership of his party, because he is the hereditary owner, is the owner of the political party. So we have to look into all these things and we have to remove these anomalies for the good of our own selves here in Pakistan and India too. Once the genuine leadership is there, and that leadership comes through elections within the political parties. Because the healthy competition is there and then the talent comes up, and when they lead the countries, obviously something better, they come up with something better. So that is the prevailing practice in Europe, in America, in Australia. So in Germany, we have a very good example these days. Germans under Hitler, because they were real uh, they were the real proponents of fear around the world, the fear of war and that dictatorship. The Hitler was the exponent of all that. And now the same Germany has transformed itself so swiftly into a democratic republic that their such a big humanist is their lady prime minister, that she's treating those IDPs, those refugees, in a very excellent manner, in a very good manner. The same nation which was guilty of Holocaust, of killing millions of Jews, is hosting this people of same Semitic origin, because Arabs and Jews of Semitic origin, they are having the same race, and they are being treated well in Germany. Why Pakistan and India cannot do all this? We are having background of kingships and all that, but we can transform ourselves through the methods which I have devised in my previous videos, and in the which I have highlighted. The methods are universal, and all knowledgeable people, they know about all this. So at the end, I wish all of you all the best, and uh, how to the people of Israel. Bye.